Santa Barbara County might be one of the best RV destinations on the California coast, but not all campgrounds here offer the same kind of experience.
Some are perfect for beach camping, others for exploring wine country. Some are more convenient for exploring downtown Santa Barbara, and a few are great if you're traveling with a large rig.
In this video, we're sharing some of the best RV campgrounds in Santa Barbara County.
We've personally stayed at Lake Cachuma, Sun Outdoor Santa Barbara Sunrise RV Park, El Capitán State Beach, and Flying Flags. And we'll also talk about Jalama Beach, where friends of ours have stayed and which is one of the most talked about beach camping spots in the county.
So whether you're looking for ocean views, wine country access, family-friendly amenities, or a practical base camp for Santa Barbara, here's our favorite RV campground options in Santa Barbara County.
You have basically 3 different types of RV stays in Santa Barbara County. There's coastal camping experiences, you have Santa Ynez Valley and wine country experiences. You can also get an urban Santa Barbara access to downtown, the waterfront, restaurants, and attractions.
Each one has trade-offs. Some have full hookups, some are dry camping, some have resort-style amenities, and some are more rustic. Some sites can be tight, especially if you're traveling with a longer trailer or motorhome. So for each campground, we're going to talk about what makes it special, who it's best for, and what we would watch out for when booking. Let's start with one of our favorite inland options, Lake Cachuma Recreation Area, which is where we are right now. This is a great choice if you want a more relaxed campground setting with lake views, open space, and easy access to places like Solvang, Los Olivos, Santa Ynez, and the surrounding wine country.
Lake Cachuma is located in the Santa Ynez Valley, away from the coastal fog and crowds, and it gives you a totally different Santa Barbara County experience. For RV travelers, Lake Cachuma is a practical option. Santa Barbara County Parks notes that Cachuma has more than 100 full hookup sites and more than 30 partial hookup sites. And the county reservation system says Cachuma sites can accommodate RVs up to 50 feet, though individual site dimensions still matter.
And depending on the site you choose, you have plenty of room around you.
The big highlight here is the setting. You're not camping right on the ocean, but you get rolling hills, big skies, oak trees, lake views, and that classic Central Coast inland landscape.
It's also a good choice if you want to combine RV camping with a slower paced itinerary. Maybe you can spend a day in Solvang, you can take a visit to Los Olivos, which we did yesterday, you can do some wine tasting, a stop at Mission Santa Ynez, or just spend time around the campground.
One thing to know, Lake Cachuma is a reservoir, so swimming in the lake itself is not the main attraction. Think of it as more of a scenic lake and recreation area rather than a beach-style water destination.
For us, Lake Cachuma works especially well when we want space, scenery, and access to the Santa Ynez Valley without paying coastal campground prices.
Lake Cachuma is best for RVers who want a roomy, scenic, inland-based camp close to Solvang and Santa Ynez Valley.
And we do have a full video from our stay at Lake Cachuma, so we'll leave a link to that in the video description below. Flying Flags is probably one of the most amenity-rich RV resorts in Santa Barbara County. It's not a rustic campground, it's more of a destination RV resort.
The big advantages here are the amenities and the location. Flying Flags advertises pools and jacuzzis, bocce ball courts, playgrounds, dog-friendly stays, complimentary Wi-Fi, full hookups, and a dump station.
And the location is excellent if you want to explore Buellton, Solvang, Los Olivos, Los Alamos, and the Santa Ynez Valley.
For families or groups, this can be a really good choice because not everyone has to stay in an RV. Flying Flags also offers cabins, cottages, tents, and other glamping-style accommodations. So it can work well if you're traveling with friends or family who don't own an RV.
Now, here's our honest note from staying there. Some of the RV sites at Flying Flags can feel very tight. If you're bringing a 30-foot rig like ours, we'd be very careful about which site you choose.
Flying Flags does offer larger and premium RV site categories, including premium pull-through sites that are listed as averaging 38 to 50 feet in length with 20, 30, 50 amp service, sewer, water, electric, and cable.
So our advice is, if space matters to you, don't just book the cheapest available site here. Look closely at the site category, the pad length, whether it's a back-in or pull-through, and how much room you'll have around your rig.
The biggest reason to choose Flying Flags is convenience and comfort. You're close to restaurants, markets, solving, wineries, and Santa Ynez Valley attractions.
This is a great option if you want a resort feel, lots of amenities, and a central wine country location. It's probably not the place we'd pick if we wanted solitude, big separation between sites, or a rustic nature experience.
This is best for RVers who want resort amenities and easy access to solving and wine country. But for a 30-foot rig, consider choosing the premium or the larger sites.
Let's talk camping by the beach as we tell you about Sun Outdoor Santa Barbara, which many longtime RVers may still remember as Ocean Mesa.
This is one of the best options if you want a coastal Santa Barbara County RV stay with more comfort than a state beach campground.
Sun Outdoor Santa Barbara is located along the Gaviota Coast area, close to El Capitan State Beach and El Capitan Canyon. It gives you that coastal foothill setting, ocean nearby, mountains nearby, and a quieter feel than staying in the city.
The resort lists spacious RV and tent sites, a heated swimming pool, a market with camping gear and beach items, seasonal outdoor movie nights, and access to activities connected with El Capitan Canyon, including trails and events.
For RVers, the full hookup setup is a big advantage. Sun Outdoors booking page lists RV site amenities such as 30 and 50 amp service, water, sewer, Wi-Fi, cable, picnic table, and a fire pit with grill.
That makes it a nice middle ground. You're not dry camping, but you still feel like you're close to nature and the coast.
This is a good choice if you want to explore the Gaviota Coast, El Capitan, Refugio, Goleta, and Santa Barbara, but you don't necessarily want to stay in the middle of town.
It also works well if you want a more comfortable campground experience. Hookups, pool, market, and a resort-like atmosphere.
The trade-off here is cost. Sun Outdoors is likely to be more expensive than county or state park camping in Santa Barbara County, especially in peak season. But if you're paying for amenities, hookups, and a prime coastal location, this is a great choice.
Sun Outdoor Santa Barbara is best for RVers who want full hookups and resort-like amenities near the Santa Barbara coast.
We also have a full video from a prior stay at Sun Outdoors. You'll find that in the video description below as well.
Let's talk about an RV experience that is close to the heart of the city at Santa Barbara Sunrise RV Park.
This is not a big scenic campground. It's a small urban RV park right in the city of Santa Barbara.
And that's exactly why you might choose it.
If your goal is to explore Santa Barbara, the beach, downtown, Stearns Wharf, the Funk Zone, restaurants, the Mission, museums, and local neighborhoods, this is one of the most convenient RV options.
Santa Barbara Sunrise RV Park says all spaces have full hookups, including 30 and 50 amp electric, water, sewer, free Wi-Fi, and basic cable. They also state they can accommodate big rigs with room for slides. That made it workable for our 30-foot Airstream, but this is still an urban RV park. You shouldn't expect a state park feel, oceanfront space, or a large campsite privacy. Instead, Think of it as a practical base camp.
which is how we used it.
Yeah.
It's the kind of place we choose when the priority is location. It's a place where you can spend your days exploring Santa Barbara and come back to full hookups at night instead of going to a hotel.
For travelers who want a classic camping experience, this might not be your top pick. But the RVers who want to visit Santa Barbara without staying in a hotel, it can make a lot of sense.
Yep. It's especially useful if you only have a night or two and want quick access to the city rather than a remote campground.
Santa Barbara Sunrise RV Park is best for RVers who want a convenient city base camp with full hookups.
We also have a full video from the time we stayed at Santa Barbara Sunrise RV. Guess what? You'll find that link below. Now, let's move to one of the most beautiful camping settings in Santa Barbara County, El Capitan State Beach.
This is a classic California coastal camping experience. Ocean nearby, bluffs, beach access, sycamore and oak trees, and that feeling of being tucked into the coastal landscape.
Yeah. For us, El Capitan is special because it feels more like a true outdoor camping experience than an RV resort.
But there are important practical notes.
Yep. This is dry camping. California State Park says the campground has no hookups and the maximum length for motorhomes and trailers is 30 feet, though individual campsite lengths on Reserve California, you still need to check those carefully.
That means El Capitan can work for a 30-foot Airstream, but you need to choose your site carefully and be comfortable without hookups.
El Capitan has been affected by a major improvement project. California State Parks posted that after reopening, campsites would initially be first come, first serve, and reservations will resume later. The current State Parks page still shows the park is closed with no upcoming camping or lodging reservations listed, so definitely check the official status before planning a trip to El Capitan.
When available, though, this is one of the most rewarding places to camp in the county.
The appeal at El Capitan is simple. You're close to the beach, you've got hiking options, there's coastal scenery, and you're still within driving distance of Santa Barbara and Goleta.
This is a great choice for people who value location and natural beauty more than the amenities.
Just be ready for dry camping, pay attention to site length, and book or arrive with flexibility depending on the reservation status.
El Capitan State Beach is best for RVers who want a scenic state beach campground and can camp without hookups.
And yes, we have a full video from a prior stay at El Capitan. Check the show notes below. One of the campgrounds that Julie and I have not stayed in that's in Santa Barbara County is Jalama Beach, but our friend Joe has been there.
I've been there.
Oh, you've been there.
Excuse me, I have been there.
I stand corrected. I have never been there. You've tent camped there.
Camped.
But we're talking about RV camping,
I know.
so you don't count. But Joe, you've been there, I think, probably several times?
Yeah, I've been there several times. Obviously, if you've not been there, they're known for their famous burgers. It's even worth the trip if you're not staying there.
Oh, yeah.
But it's primarily a surfing and wildlife refuge. The sites are fairly big. They do have water and electric available. There's a couple spots that are strictly motorhome because with the trailers you can't get far enough up the road to back in, but great bluff views of the open ocean. You're north of Point Conception, so you will potentially have some wind. The only negative
I almost got blown away.
Yeah, you'll definitely. So your awnings will definitely not be out during this period of time. I think the only negative is it is a beach does have quite a bit of tar on it, so you do have to be prepared with your baby oil to address that. But beautiful. I think the only other negative that's right now about it is Vandenberg and the SpaceX launches. You do have to evacuate the campground if there is a launch that is scheduled to go off. So if you're, unfortunately, you book them I think they're 90 days in advance, so they're easier to get into compared to the state programs. You might just want to look at that launch calendar just to make sure that nothing might interfere with your weekend plans.
How about the road coming into Jalama?
Road is beautiful. It is a 2-lane road. It used to be lots of creek crossings. They've redressed that over the years. Tells you how long it's been since I've been going there. Yeah, it's a nice 2-lane, windy road. So, let's put it this way. My first road my daughter drove her car on was that road going down to the campground to go camping. So if a beginner driver can do it, you can do it with your rig as well.
There we go. One additional place that we have not stayed at, or I have not stayed at. You've never stayed there? Okay. No. Lake Casitas is another option in Santa Barbara County, but our friend Joe has stayed there.
Yeah, that again, a very nice lake campground. It's similar to Cachuma, where you cannot touch the water, but you can plenty of fishing. Some record bass have been pulled out of there. They have a good variety of sites, both tent camping and RVs. If you got the kids, grandkids, they do have the pool and splash pad for fun and entertainment. And, you're right there next to Ojai, so you have a lot to offer there with some wine tasting and some good restaurants. So lots of good to do there.
So, which Santa Barbara County RV campground should you choose?
If you want space, lake scenery, and access to solving and wine country, we'd look at Lake Cachuma.
Mm-hmm. If you want resort amenities, pools, and a great Buellton and Solvang location, look at Flying Flags, but choose your sites carefully if you've got a larger rig.
If you want full hookups near the coast with a resort feel, Sun Outdoors Santa Barbara is probably the strongest choice.
And if you want the most convenient base for downtown Santa Barbara Sunrise RV Park makes a lot of sense.
If you want classic dry camping near the beach, El Capitán State Beach is beautiful, but check curtain reopening and reservation status.
And if you want remote, dramatic beach camping, Jalama Beach might be the most memorable option, especially if you can get a site that fits your rig. A few quick tips before you book.
First, don't assume every campground is equally friendly for your rig. Always check the specific site length, not just the campground's general maximum.
Second, decide whether hookups matter. Sun Outdoors, Flying Flags, Santa Barbara Sunrise, and many Lake Cachuma sites offer hookups. El Capitan is dry camping, and Jalama has a mix with electrical hookups available at some sites.
Third, book early when reservations are available. Santa Barbara County coastal camping is popular, especially on the weekends, holidays, and during summer.
Fourth, think about what kind of trip you want. Beach trip, wine country trip, city exploring, family resort stay, or a quiet nature escape. They're all very different experiences.
And fifth, if you're camping along the coast, bring layers. Santa Barbara County can be sunny and warm inland, but cool and breezy near the ocean.
Santa Barbara County is one of those places where RV camping can mean a lot of different things.
You can camp by a lake, stay near wine country, park close to downtown Santa Barbara, enjoy resort amenities, or wake up near the Pacific Ocean.
For our 30-foot Airstream, each of these campgrounds offers something different, and the best choice really depends on the kind of trip you want.
We'll link all full campground videos for Lake Cachuma, Sun Outdoors Santa Barbara Sunrise RV Park, and El Capitan State Beach in the description.
And if you've stayed at any of these campgrounds or have another favorite in Santa Barbara County, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your recommendations.
Thanks for traveling with us.